All right, shalom, and welcome to part 2 of the breakdown of Romans 11. The olive tree and the wild olive tree. In the first segment, we went into our different various scriptures in the book of Romans to explain what the situation was and why Paul came to the conclusion of the book of Romans, the 11th chapter, and between the olive tree and the wild olive tree. So in this segment, we're going to go into the book of Romans 11th chapter and fully break it down for you brothers. Alright, so we're just going to go right into it. Let's go to the book of Romans, the 11th chapter, and the first verse. And go ahead, brother.
Okay, the book of Romans chapter 11 verse 1. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
So Paul is making a statement here. Now he's speaking to these people in Rome, right? So he's making a statement here. He's saying, I say then, has God cast away his people? So why is he making this statement to them, to these Romans, right? If they happen to be heathens, why is he making a statement to them as far as has the Most High cast away his people? If they're supposedly, as these so-called churches teaches, if they're supposedly heathens, why is he making this statement? The reason why he's making this statement is because those people that he was speaking to were saying basically that, look, the Jews are saying that we ain't the Most High's people no more. We cast off. We're heathens. We're Gentiles. That's why he's making this statement. I say then, has God cast away his people? Right? And he says the Most High, or God forbid. Why? Because the Most High chose Israel. The Most High is going to stay with Israel. The Most High is going to continue to bless Israel. So then he comes back and he says, for I also am an Israelite. So see, if you reading this and you understanding what's going on here, basically what Paul is saying, he's telling her, look, don't worry about what these people are saying, that the Most High cast away his people, because he didn't. The Most High forbid, for I also am an Israelite. See, because Paul knew that he wasn't of the tribe of Judah. He knew that he was from the tribe of Benjamin. And according to what was being taught back then, only the Jews can be saved or delivered. See, and he knew that even though he was a part of that, even though he knew that he can call himself a Jew, but he knew that he wasn't from the tribe of Judah. So he says, for I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. So if it was all about the Jew and the Gentile, why did he have to get all specific about being from the tribe of Benjamin? This, Elder Zachariah has a scripture.
Quick precept. I want to go to Isaiah the 42nd chapter.
All right.
And the 24th verse to the 25th verse.
I'm sorry, brother.
All right, Isaiah 42 verse 24.
Isaiah 42 verse 20. Go ahead.
All right. It says, who gave Jacob for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers?
It's a question. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Why did Israel fall away? Go ahead.
Did not the Lord?
Did not the Lord? Who's the Lord? That's all caps, baby. That's the Most High, Yahweh. Go ahead.
He against whom we have sinned.
Go ahead.
For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient to his law.
So Israel would not walk in the Most High's ways, neither were they obedient unto his laws. That's talking about all the tribes. That's why he said Jacob, because Jacob entails all the tribes, from Judah all the way down to Issachar. Go ahead.
Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger.
Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger. Who is the fury of his anger? These other nations. They came upon us and they destroyed us. Go ahead.
And the strength of battle.
And the strength of battle, go ahead.
And it hath set him on fire round about.
Right, it has devoured us. That basically we have been destroyed. That fire that was round about us was these other nations taking us over and basically diminishing,
right, enslaving
us and diminishing our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who we were. Because eventually, after a while, we forgot who we were.
Right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's the worst captivity to be in. That you totally forget your identity.
America.
That's right. Yet he knew not, and they burned him, yet he laid it not to heart.
Right, that's talking about the Israelite foreigners. Yet he knew not, and it burned him, because the Israelite foreigners were being cast off, and they didn't even know they was being cast off. Yet he laid it not to heart, because they didn't even think upon it. Why? Excuse me, because in the book of Romans, the 2nd chapter, it says that they were past feeling, meaning that they were beyond even, because when you break the law, in the back of your mind, you're like, damn, man, something's wrong. This ain't right. But then they were past feeling, because they was so far gone that they didn't even know that the law, statutes, and commandments. And Elder Sakaran has another scripture.
Hosea chapter 5 verse 15.
All right, let me pull that up, brother. Hosea chapter 5 verse 15. Go ahead.
I will go and return to my place.
This talking about the Most High going back into heaven. Alright?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Till they acknowledge their offense, meaning till they know that they're going off. Go ahead.
And seek my face.
And seek my face. Go ahead.
In their affliction they will seek me early.
In their affliction they will seek me early. See, so that's talking about Israel that knew that they were Israel. They were going to seek the Most High's face. But see, it came to the point where some of the Israelites were so far gone that they wasn't even seeking the Most High. Alright? So now let's go back to Romans 11 chapter, and it says, I say then, had the Most High cast away his people, the Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. That's why he was breaking it down to them, because he was using the fact that he was from the tribe of